You're useless in bed and a broke oozer, my wife spat venomously, leaving me for another man she funded with my hard-earned money. I just made one decisive move. 7 days later, she was homeless and alone, begging at my door. 38M. Asher, need to write this down before my head explodes. Just walked in from a brutal work trip to find my marriage had detonated while I was gone. My wife, Skylar, 36F, met me with pure ice in her eyes. No hello, just a 15-minute character assassination. Apparently I'm boring, predictable, work too much. The irony bites deep now. Then came the low blows. You're useless in bed, Asher. Always have been. Just a pathetic, broke loser faking it. Broke? Seriously? I earn well, enough that she quit her full-time job years ago, enough for her nice car, her endless lunches, and this house, which I owned outright years before I met her. My name is the only one on the deed. The useless in bed remark was designed to wound, and it did. But the main event was still coming. I'm leaving you, she announced coolly. I've met someone real. Ryder. Ryder, the thrilling upgrade. And guess who'd been bankrolling their excitement? Yours truly. Remember all that extra cash for my projects? The course materials? She sneered. That was for Ryder, helping him launch his big idea. He has drive, unlike you, and he actually knows how to satisfy a woman. She detailed how she'd skimmed from the generous allowance I provided, even admitting she'd helped herself to the emergency cash I kept in my study safe. She always knew how to get what she wanted. Listening to her list my faults while bragging about using my money to fund her affair, it was chilling. She always assumed I was her safety net no matter what she did. Then the pre-packed suitcase appeared. The sheer calculation was stunning. Don't try and stop me, she warned, pulling the door open. Ryder's waiting. We're starting our real life. The door slammed shut. Silence screamed in the empty house. Useless. Broke loser. Her words echoed. The thought of my money, earned through endless hours going to him, nauseating. But beneath the shock, something else clicked in. Not rage, not yet. Just cold, sharp focus. She thought she'd leave me shattered and begging. She fundamentally misread the situation. I stood there for maybe 5 minutes. Then, I acted. It wasn't one literal phone call, but it was one decisive move, the first step in locking down my life from the chaos she'd unleashed. A series of calls, executed with icy calm. Locksmith. Emergency lock change. All exterior doors. Immediately. My house, my name, my right. My lawyer, Mr. Vance. Mr. Vance, it's Asher. Skylar's out. Packed bag, admitted the affair, admitted taking funds. Said it's permanent. Need immediate steps. Secure the property. Prepare divorce filing. Credit card company. Cancel supplementary card ending in Skylar's card number. Effective now. Flag recent activity as potentially unauthorized. She walked out Tuesday, 8 p.m., convinced she held all the power, leaving the loser in her dust. She expected me to crumble. She has no idea. The clock started ticking the moment she left. Her real life was about to get uncomfortably real. Updates to follow. Need air. Update 1. The support here is unreal. Thanks everyone, helps keep my head screwed on straight. It's Friday. About 72 hours after Skylar blew up our life, locks were changed within hours of her leaving Tuesday night. Mr. Vance confirmed Wednesday morning. My house, premarital asset, she left voluntarily declaring intent not to return. Lock change was justified. He sent her a formal email. Communicate only through him regarding divorce and the supervised retrieval of her undisputed personal belongings. Predictably, the entitled blowback started Wednesday afternoon. My phone went nuclear. Skylar, text, Asher WTF. Key isn't working. Let me in. Skylar, text, don't be an ass, I need my things. Skylar, text, Ryder and I are waiting. Open this door now. Ignored, per legal advice. Then came the voicemails, screeching, indignant. How dare I? She left me, remember? Why was I making her life difficult? Wednesday evening, her sister Haley called. Haley usually worships the ground Skylar walks on. Haley, Asher, what is going on? Skylar is freaking out. Me. Haley, Skylar chose to leave the marriage and this house. To Haley, she just needs her clothes and makeup. You can't just lock her out. She's with Ryder trying to get settled, and you pull this? Already sounding a little strained, like the drama was wearing thin fast. Me. She admitted stealing from me, Haley. She left. She can schedule a time with Mr. Vance to get her personal items. Supervised? Haley. Supervised? Like a criminal? And she needs money. Ryder's place isn't quite ready. They need a hotel room. You owe her that. Me. After she funded Ryder with my money, I owe her nothing. Have her contact Mr. Vance. The sheer, unadulterated gall. I owe her hotel money for her affair? Astounding. Mr. Vance offered a supervised 2-hour slot for Saturday morning. Personal items only, list needed up front. Meanwhile, those credit card statements, damn. Thousands over the last couple of months. Fancy restaurants I never saw. Cash out near Ryder's supposed area. And the pièce de résistance, a $1,500 charge for a Tag Heuer watch just 2 weeks ago. While I was on that work trip she hated. The numbness is burning off now, replaced by a cold, steady fire. She thought I was her personal bank and doormat. Saturday will be telling. Update 2. Saturday was peak Skylar entitlement. She confirmed the 10 a.m. slot via Mr. Vance. A neutral witness was arranged, my cost but necessary. 10 a.m., no Skylar. 10:30 a.m., no Skylar. 10:45 a.m., an irate email hits Mr. Vance's inbox. From Haley, acting as Skylar's mouthpiece. The supervised terms were humiliating. Skylar demanded unsupervised access whenever she wanted, for as long as she wanted. And the list of items, not just her clothes. The new TV, I paid for. Inherited furniture, mine. My espresso machine, Ryder loves espresso. Pure delusion. Mr. Vance replied firmly, standard procedure, due to her actions. Leaving, theft, hostility. The list is mostly non-negotiable, separate marital property she can't take. She forfeited the scheduled time. She can propose a new supervised time for her undisputed personal items only. He made it clear. Her refusal meant she chose not to retrieve her belongings at that time. Silence, then Saturday 3 p.m. Doorbell. 2 police officers. Report of an illegal eviction, deep breath, invited them in, calmly explained. Showed the deed, my name only, premarital. Showed the texts where she declared she was leaving for Ryder. Showed the lawyer's emails offering supervised access, which she refused. Explained she left voluntarily after admitting infidelity and theft. The officers understood quickly. This is a civil matter, sir. One stated clearly. She vacated voluntarily. We can't force access. She needs to work through your attorney. They documented it and left. The relief was huge, but the anger at her stunt simmered. Using the police as a weapon? Desperate and low? Sunday morning, direct texts started again, bypassing the lawyer. Skylar, you sick the cops on me? You controlling bastard? Skylar, Ryder lost his deposit BC. I couldn't get my things. Your fault. Skylar, you owe me money, Asher. Stress. Ruining things. What Ryder? He's pissed I have nowhere to go. Skylar, Haley says sue you blind. You'll have nothing left, you pathetic loser. So Ryder, Mr. Ambition, bailed the second the money, me, was cut off, and she became inconvenient? Quell surprise. And her immediate reaction is to blame me for the consequences of her choices? Textbook Skylar. Mr. Vance sent a formal cease and desist for the harassment and false police report. Divorce filing is ready to go Monday. He asked again about pursuing the stolen cash and fraudulent charges. Yes, absolutely yes. It's not just the money anymore. It's the principle. The calculated betrayal, the insults, calling me broke after stealing from me? No. Consequences are due. Tomorrow is Tuesday. 1 week since detonation. Judging by Haley's increasingly stressed voicemails, which I'm now saving, Skylar is wearing out her welcome fast. Ryder is apparently MIA. The real life isn't looking so glamorous. The countdown continues. Final update, Tuesday evening. Exactly 1 week since Skylar walked out, spitting venom and promises of a better life with Ryder. The final act just unfolded on my doorstep. The day was quiet. Papers filed. Cease and desist sent. I tried working from home, deleting Haley's increasingly desperate voicemails about Skylar falling apart and how I needed to fix this. Around 6 p.m., the doorbell rang. Peephole is Skylar. Alone, she looked wrecked. Hair a mess, eyes swollen, wearing clothes that looked slept in. No Ryder, no Haley, just her, on the porch of the life she threw away. I opened the door partway, chain securely fastened. Asher? Her voice was thin, barely audible, a ghost of the fury from last week. Skylar, you need to contact Mr. Vance. I kept my voice steady, neutral. Asher, please, she choked out, tears starting. Let me in, just for a bit. I have nowhere else to go. You have Haley, I stated flatly. She kicked me out this morning, said I was too much drama, too much baggage. The words spilled out between sobs. Ryder, he's gone, blocked my number, said I ruined everything. She leaned her head against the door jamb. Asher, I messed up. So badly. I wasn't thinking. I was angry. I said horrible things. I know. She reached for the door. Please, Asher, just let me stay here tonight. We can talk. We can work it out. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The apology, delivered precisely at her lowest point. Not sorry for the affair, the theft, the lies, the cruelty. Sorry because her grand escape imploded, leaving her stranded. Sorry because she expected me, her pathetic loser safety net, to catch her. I looked at her. The woman I once loved. The woman who called me useless after using my money to betray me. A flicker of something, pity, sparked. She looked utterly broken. But then I saw her face from last Tuesday, twisted in contempt. Heard the sneer about Ryder. Remembered the pre-packed bag, the stolen watch, the flicker died, leaving only resolution. No, Skylar, I said, my voice quiet but final. You can't stay here. This stopped being your home when you chose to leave it. But where will I go? She wailed, desperation raw in her voice. I have nothing. You have to help me. You chose Ryder. You chose to steal. You chose to leave. I repeated, the words like stones. Choices have consequences. I retrieved the resource card Mr. Vance had provided, local shelters, aid organizations, and passed it through the gap. Here, they might be able to offer assistance. She stared at the card as if it burned her. Then her eyes, filled with disbelief, slowly hardened into familiar resentment. The victim act evaporated. You'd really do this? She whispered, venom returning. Turn me away? Yes, I said. You made your choices. This is the consequence. I closed the door. Gently, firmly. The chain slid home. I listened to her muffled sobs turn to pleading, then to curses before her footsteps finally faded away. Silence. It feels different now, clean. This is my house again. Happy? No. That's a ways off. There's a divorce, financial fallout. Mr. Vance is confident about recouping the funds due to clear dissipation, and a lot of healing ahead. But satisfied? Yes. A deep, quiet satisfaction. Justice wasn't about elaborate revenge, it was about letting her face the direct, natural outcome of her own actions. She played a game, bet everything on my weakness, and lost. She's left with nothing but the choices she made. I've kept my home, my self-respect, and my future. It's done. Time to rebuild. Thanks for listening, Reddit. It mattered.